Hey everyone, welcome back to another Draw with Me. So, for those of you who are new here, hi, I'm Charlotte. I am apparently a digital artist and a writer. Honestly speaking, though, one thing that I keep mentioning is that I'm a digital artist and a writer. So, if I'm apparently one, I am the other. That's how it's working at this point. Just wanted to pop in and say hello once again because it's been a while. It's been such a long time. I think 3 weeks. Now, it might not seem like a really long time, but in my mind, I felt so bad for not being able to post every Saturday. And so, here is compensation for it. Honestly speaking, though, just wanted to give a little life update as we delve into today's video. So, recently, my life has been very academically oriented, and then some, but in an overall sense, because of academic endeavors and other side quests, being able to draw is such a privilege. And I wish I was joking, but I am not even kidding. Like, that's how much of a privilege drawing has become these days. And that's why even 10 minutes of being able to draw is such a relief. Like, wow, I can draw for 10 minutes. How cool is that? But anyways, the piece that you see on screen is actually a concept art piece that I last drew. It is reminiscent of Italy, I think. At least that's the vibe I was going for, if that makes sense. But the reason I wanted to really jot down this piece is because one, it had been so long since I had drawn a concept piece where I am thinking actively about what this piece is trying to tell over just making a reference my own and then creating something. So, in a way, this piece kind of forced me to move beyond what was there in the reference and really vouch for what is in the plethora of imagination that had been locked up in my head for a while now. So, although both these characters are not from the comic series, or maybe they might get introduced at this point, I have no idea when the comic series is coming out. But stay tuned, guys. Stay tuned. Do not give up hope. Hold on to hope that the comic series would soon be released. It's ironic because there has been so much growth with regard to it and zero growth with regard to it, but only because there is no fixated pressure upon working on the comic series can I really vouch for pieces like these, because although they are a little deviant from the chapter-wise proportion of the comic series, in a larger thematic sense, it aligns just right, and I think that's so beautiful. And in a way, it helps with world building. Honestly, over the past few months, I think I am also recognizing the need for being able to collaborate, because doing the comic series by myself is a humongous task if you think about it. And that is exactly why webtoon creators get burnt out so quickly, because they are forced to meet this mark and they have to do it constantly, week after week, despite drawing for like 8 and 10 hours and being unable to say that they really loved working on what they did. In that sense, I am grateful that this is a side quest for now, because in the larger aspect of storytelling, if you truly consider it, unless your whole sense of being is being poured out into your storytelling, it loses meaning. That is also why I would much rather take a break than continue making something for the sake of it. Obviously, taking a break wouldn't mean just going away from any sort of creative endeavor. Rather, it would be about pausing this creative endeavor and shifting to perhaps traditional mediums of painting, which is my most common go-to for when I'm exhausted with digital art. Or if that is not within reach, then writing is another go-to, or taking photos. Photography recently has become a new hobby of mine, a new creative outlet. Anyways, you get the point. I think it's so important that a creative sustains their creativity not for the sake of it, but as a result of a purpose-driven creativity. And so that can only happen when, one, there is a larger mission that is driving that purpose, and two, when the creative is able to recognize when they need a break from that particular endeavor or just creative work in general, and when they really need to sit down and work at their schedule, and when there should be no compromise. So these aspects really help in formulating ground for a creative, if that makes sense. And it ensures that, one, repetition does not occur. Although you are repeatedly working on the said endeavor, the craftsmanship is not repetitive in terms of the end product, but rather is refined through every piece. And two, it helps to know what you are pursuing at the end of the day. So these are few things that I have been learning as I stepped out of the creative space of digital art and traditional art for a bit. Sure, I did have times of sketching a little bit, very rarely actually speaking. I was deprived of creativity that in my university classes I started drawing my professors. That's how badly I needed to create. And it's funny because I am pretty close with most of my professors, so I ended up showing it to them. They loved it, except for this one professor who totally roasted me. But they liked it as well. But at the end of the day, there is a need to create in every human being, I believe. And without that, you are bottling it up somewhere. And so, if not for a creative outlet, some other outlet, even a scientific approach works, but an outlet is needed regardless, is what I was going for. And yes, so I think in a way, my academic endeavors recently has also broadened my view of things, if that makes sense, and has also helped with my articulation of thought, because if you consider the previous videos, I am rambling. It is basically my stream of consciousness. So is this video, okay? No joke about that. But quality-wise, I feel like I'm not repeating the same thing as much. I could be wrong. But I'm also taking more time to finish a sentence over rushing it. That is something that is so unlike me. But it helps. That's the thing. Again, even as a creative, going into something academic had helped to broaden my perspective and to not stagnate in the point of creation, as in storytelling here in this context, and also to have more understanding of what else is going on in the world. And recently my professor was talking about how art has to be productive, and I thought about it for a bit, and it is true, because true, for aesthetic purposes you can create art and that works sometimes, but if you consider a larger standpoint of things, it needs to serve some purpose. And so productive art can only happen when you yourself are informed of what is happening. And if that circle is not happening, you would end up in this loophole of creating just aesthetic art, where 500 years down the line, people will question why your art is famous, but proceed to like it anyway. Again, here I'm not coming against a singular piece of art, but just putting it out there to really help one understand the fact that art needs to have some intrinsic value to it, and art cannot be carried out without that, or without a purpose in mind. So again, that's something to consider. The purpose of this piece is, again, very fitting to the larger concept of the comic series, and I hope that through the course of time, pieces like these and other pieces would really help with shaping the world that is being created. I am excited for Charlotte Pourquoi's arrival in the form of a web novel soon, whenever soon is. But until then, I hope you and I both learn what it is to grow as a creative, to learn from life and implement it in whatever that we do, especially in our creative work, so that at the end of the day, our work is not just good to look at, but it has value to it, value that makes a difference. I will see you guys soon. You can follow me at Charlotte_Pourquoi for more content. Take care. Bye.